Welcome back to NBA Today.
Anthony Davis, he joined the Mavericks in Philadelphia this morning, and he spoke to reporters for the first time since being traded. He was asked where he was the moment he found out that he was trading in the purple and gold for Mavs blue.
I was shocked. Everyone else? Like I said, I didn't know. I was actually at home about to watch a movie with my wife and got the phone call. So I had no idea. I just sent the team text about congratulations on the win against the Knicks, big win, and then looking forward to Tuesday's game against the Clippers as far as standing purposes, and then found out like an hour later I was no longer with the team. So I was in shock, obviously. Had no idea that it was happening, but now it's I'm kind of over it and just kind of getting ready to play with Dallas. Nico believes in me, what I can add to this team. I'm not going to play everything that we talked about out there, but we're both extremely excited about what we can do, and I think we have a great opportunity to win a championship.
Tim Bontemps is in Philadelphia. He was in the room for that little press conference that Anthony Davis had. As the shock, Tim, as AD just called it, of this trade begins to wear off, what's his level of buy-in with his new team?
Well, all you need to know, Malik, about the buy-in Anthony Davis has with Nico Harrison, the general manager of the Mavericks, and with this Dallas franchise is in his decision to waive his $6 million trade bonus as part of the trade that brought him here to Dallas over the weekend. Now, that was not something that Anthony Davis had to do. It's not something that was required to make the trade happen. When I asked Davis why he chose to do that, he said he wanted to give Nico Harrison every tool at his disposal to try to make this Mavericks team better. And just an hour after he said that, Nico Harrison went and traded for Caleb Martin, who happens to play for the Philadelphia 76ers, a team the Mavericks are playing tonight, and bringing him over in a trade for Quentin Grimes to add to this roster. So over the next few days, we'll see how much more aggressive Nico Harrison is going to be with this team as he tries to improve it around Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. But Malika, that relationship between Nico Harrison and Anthony Davis goes back to when Davis was in high school in Chicago 15 years ago. And that working relationship between the two of them is obviously far different than the one we saw between Harrison and Luka Doncic. A big part of why Doncic is now a Laker and why Anthony Davis is now one of the foundational pieces of these Dallas Mavericks.
Not to mention the relationship he also has with Jason Kidd, who was, of course, a coach on the Los Angeles Lakers when they won a championship in 2020. Tim, we know that Anthony Davis is not playing in this game tonight, but Joel Embiid, okay, he's listed as questionable. It's been about a month since he's played. Do you have any sense of how likely it is that we will see him on the floor tonight?
Well, we'll find out for sure in a couple of hours, Malika, but Joel Embiid was upgraded to questionable today for tonight's game against the Mavericks. As you said, he has not played in exactly 1 month since January 4th in Brooklyn with both the foot issue he's had and swelling in his knee. Now, Embiid has been out on the court over the past few days before games, warming up. He's now, as I said, been upgraded to questionable. Certainly a real chance we see him tonight for the first time in a month. But this would also not be the first time that Embiid has been upgraded and then be unable to go. We saw that last month when he was questionable to play in Orlando, ultimately did not play. So we'll see what happens tonight. But certainly the real possibility of Joel Embiid being back on the court for the first time in a month. And we'll see if he's out there, as you said, against a Mavericks team that will not have Anthony Davis today, but could on Thursday in Boston.
Tim Bontemps, thank you so very much. Enjoyed tonight's game. We will continue to monitor the status here of Embiid. But Anthony Davis, it seems like he's in a pretty good place, as good of a place as you can be with a trade like that. He said he's been thinking about playing with Kyrie all the way back to his time in New Orleans. That's when Kyrie Shanae was still in Boston. That duo is kind of exciting to think about. Well, what'll it be like?
You know what's interesting? The more I think about this trade, I'm like, how do you like to invest? Do you like long-term investments like the Lakers? What is that, Apple, Amazon? Or do you like short-term? I've got some crypto for you. And it seems like the Dallas Mavericks are investing in the short term, and it might work, especially for this little interim. When you think about when you think about the AD Kyrie Irving pick and roll, these guys already combined for 50 points. They are going to be surrounded by shooting and also defense. People sleep on the Max Christie acquisition because, I look at people's vibes when they get to new places. In Los Angeles, it's a little bit more demure because they have bigger questions when it comes to the floor. But when it comes to Dallas, the guys seem happy. AD was smiling, Max was cheesing. Like, you look at the dynamics and the chemistry, I think they have a chip on their shoulder, too, to perform at a high level because they believe they have an opportunity. The standings are open in the West, and I think they see that. They have the experience, they have shooting, they have defense, they have all-stars, and they have, snubs mentality. So they have a lot of key pieces to win games right now if you like crypto.
Janae, who's real happy that you're talking about AD and Kyrie? Do you remember Phil Handy?
Of course.
the former Cavs and Lakers assistant who's coached both those guys. And he had some venom on Instagram today. He said the disrespect for AD is out of control. And he said these two guys are going to be tough together. I believe it. I think they're going to be sensational together. That now that AD doesn't have to play center anymore, that his number's going to go up. And Mavs fans, I get it, man. This dude was phenomenal. I get it. It's painful. But these two dudes together, I think they're going to be pretty special.
I would say this, and certainly this is a lot to digest. I mean, it's 2 days later, and I still can't believe this trade happened.
Yeah.
I've never seen a fan base turn on an organization like I've seen in Dallas. Rightfully so. Mm-hmm. They have all the right in the world to turn on this organization. The only way that it's going to come back is if they start winning.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's going to work. I really don't. I mean, they set the bar so high last year, getting to the NBA Finals, that you basically have to get there and win it for this fan base to basically embrace this team now.
Yeah, I've never seen the amount of jerseys, the sort of makeshift memorial that went up outside American Airlines Center the way that it did for Luka Doncic. Lakers fans on the...
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just wanted to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.